Hey you, yeah you, the one watching this video right now. Are you miserable in your life? Do you hate that you have to wake up to a 9 to 5? Do you hate that you have crippling debt? What if I told you there's one fish to blame for all your life's problems? This one fish that lived over 380 million years ago during the Devonian period. This one fish is responsible for the detriment and sadness in life. He's the reason why you have to pay taxes to a big government. He's the reason why your girlfriend broke up with you, why your boyfriend cheated, why you have to wake up at 6 a.m. So let's take a trip back over 380 million years ago during the Devonian period. The Devonian is often called the Age of Fish because it saw fish life radiate out into vast different forms. During this time we saw our first sharks and rays appear. There were also massive bony fish called placoderms, most famous of which is Dunkleosteus. I'm sure a lot of you know about him. He reached lengths of 33 feet and was an absolute super predator for its time.
Little editing note, apparently Dunkleosteus is actually smaller than we thought. More than half the size that we originally thought, so these guys are tiny now.
But we're not talking about those fucking losers today. We're talking about the ancestor to all modern land vertebrates. Tiktaalik. This fish is like your great-great-grandfather a million times removed or some shit like that. During the Devonian period, not much was on land except for invertebrates and trees and some other foliages and stuff. To steal the famous words of Lindsay Nicole, land was a no-bone zone at this point.
Here, this is a no-bone zone!
Until Tiktaalik said, fuck it, this shit looks good as fuck up here, it's free real estate. Tiktaalik belonged to a group of fish called the lobe-finned fish. They had bony adaptations in their fins. This made it easy for Tiktaalik to walk on land. These bony nubs were basically proto-arms, as they had elbows, shoulders, and wrists. He used these arms to drag himself through the shallows. It's also possible that he used these arms to drag himself across small stretches of land to find new bodies of water. He also had another adaptation that was perfect for living on land. He could breathe oxygen. It's thought that he probably had a set of primitive lungs that allowed him to take oxygen from the atmosphere. His body plan was perfect to give rise to tetrapods. Give rise to tetrapods on land, I should say. A tetrapod is a four-limbed vertebrate. None of these boneless fucks here. Environmental pressures pushed Tiktaalik further and further out of the water. During the late Devonian, oxygen within the water continued to decrease. The reason for low oxygen during the Devonian period is bacterial blooms. These bacterial blooms were caused by plants. Plants of all things. During this time, plants were also radiating out onto land. With all this new plant life, the dead plants had to go somewhere, so they got swept into the waters, causing bacteria to bloom, sucking oxygen out of the waters. With oxygen levels decreasing, having adaptations like a primitive lung and being able to walk on land gave Tiktaalik a huge W in the evolutionary arms race. You can see here the evolutionary line of Tiktaalik, going from more fish-like to more salamander-like, to basically being a fucking salamander. These salamander-like fucks will later give rise to stem mammals. Stem mammals like cynodonts will later become the fathers of modern mammals that we know today. And is also the reason why we exist currently, and why I'm talking to you through this stupid video. It all points back to this fish. This fish is why I'm sad and unhappy with my life. He's the reason why I have to wake up in the morning. Personally, I would be thrilled if you liked and subscribed. But currently, I have a date with a gun.